Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm really glad you're here today because this is one of those stories that feels like it unfolded right in front of all of us, in real time. Today, we're talking about Taylor Frankie Paul, a name that went from relatable TikTok mom to one of the most talked about figures on the internet almost overnight. Now, let me ask you something before we really get into it. How much of what we see online is actually real? And if someone shares their life openly, does that make us understand them better or judge them more? Taylor first rose to fame on TikTok, where she became part of a viral group known as MomTok. Her content felt authentic, fun, chaotic, relatable. She shared moments from her life as a young mom, and people connected with that. It didn't feel overly polished or fake, and that's exactly what made it work. But here's the thing about social media. The more real something feels, the more invested people become. And when people are invested, they don't just watch, they react. At the time, Taylor's life seemed like something a lot of people admired. She had a family, a growing platform, and a strong sense of community online. But behind the scenes, things were more complicated than they appeared. Then came the moment that changed everything. In 2022, Taylor went live and revealed something that shocked her audience. She opened up about being part of a soft-swinging lifestyle within her social circle, which ultimately led to the breakdown of her marriage. And just like that, everything shifted. Now think about that for a second. What would it feel like to share something deeply personal and have millions of people instantly form opinions about it? Some people supported her honesty. Others criticized her choices. But almost everyone was watching. And that raises a really important question when someone chooses to be transparent online. Do we owe them empathy? Or do we feel entitled to judge because they made it public? After her divorce, Taylor's life didn't slow down. If anything, it became even more public. She entered a new relationship with Dakota Mortensen, and their journey together became part of the story people followed closely. But it wasn't smooth. In 2023, things escalated when a domestic incident led to her arrest. The situation quickly became headline news, and once again, her personal life was under intense scrutiny. Let's pause here for a moment. How do you think public pressure affects someone going through real-life struggles? Does it make it harder to grow and change? Or does it force accountability in a way that might not happen otherwise? Because for Taylor, there was no private space to process anything. Every mistake, every decision, every consequence, it all played out in front of an audience. And yet she didn't disappear. Instead, she leaned into a new chapter. She became one of the central figures in The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, a reality show that dives into the drama, friendships, and tensions within the MomTok world. Suddenly, her life wasn't just social media content. It was structured entertainment. But here's something interesting to think about. When real life becomes a show, does it stay real? Or does it turn into something shaped by cameras, edits, and expectations? Because reality TV has a way of blurring that line. What makes Taylor's story so compelling isn't just the controversy, it's how fast everything happened. In just a short time, she went from relatable creator to viral headline to reality TV personality. It's almost like watching someone's entire life evolve in fast forward. And maybe that's why people can't look away. But there's also a deeper layer to all of this. Taylor represents a new kind of fame, one where you don't need Hollywood or traditional media to become known. All it takes is a phone, an audience, and a willingness to share your life. But with that kind of fame comes a different kind of pressure. There's no off switch, no clear boundary between public and private. And that leads to a question that's becoming more relevant every day. Is social media fame worth it? Because while it can bring opportunities, it can also magnify every mistake. And the internet doesn't forget. No matter how much someone grows or changes, their past can always resurface. Old clips, old decisions, old moments, they can all come back and shape how people see you. So here's something to really think about. Do you believe people can truly move forward if their past is always one search away? Or does being in the public eye make it harder to ever fully start over? What makes Taylor Frankie Paul's journey so human is that it's not perfect. It's messy. It's unpredictable. It's full of highs and lows, just like real life. The only difference is most people don't have millions of eyes watching them go through it. And maybe that's the biggest takeaway from her story. Not just the drama or the headlines, but the reality of what it means to live your life in public. To grow, make mistakes, and try to move forward while everyone is watching, commenting, and forming opinions. It really makes you think, if your life was constantly on display, how would people see you? And would that version truly reflect who you are? Because at the end of the day, social media shows moments, not the full picture. And sometimes, those moments can define someone in ways that don't tell the whole story. Thanks so much for watching and spending this time with me. If you found this story interesting and want more deep dives into real-life stories, internet fame, and the people behind viral headlines, don't forget to like the video, share it with someone who enjoys these conversations, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. I'll see you in the next one.